back on the fucking saddle.
Back in the saddle again.
Huh?
It's good, right?
Oh, okay, thank God, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You chefing it up in the kitchen for you, bro.
This shit is fucking
I'm
great.
trying to get this man a girlfriend, bro. You be chefing it up in there.
That's like that'll be like my one thing. I'm like, oh, I can't give you love and affection, but I can cook.
Damn, bro. Oh, shit.
People try to put us to down. Talking about my generation.
Yeah. It's okay, we got an intro.
No, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Will. I was like, I guess we.
No, you, the intro.
That's a dope ass intro, though.
That was
Yeah, it's all thanks to
Shout out Josh. You fucking
Oh,
funny
this
guy.
feels so weird. It's like so much more like vibe now.
It feels very
Really,
officially.
like, relaxing into it. Bro.
Yeah.
I think this doesn't help because then you guys look tired.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching, bro.
Okay. We started 3, 2, 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after 2 fucking vlogs later and just like a month of not doing anything. To
It's
the
my
Chronics
fault. That is my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
That is my
No.
fault.
Yeah. I think it's been like about a month, and the last one was when you came back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that
That
the
was the
when
last
you came
podcast.
back, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
But yeah, we got on the co-host right now. Want to bring it back because I know that some people have been missing it. There's some things that people want us to do, videos and all kind of stuff. But I'm glad that you guys didn't like the vlogs because that way I can come back to this.
Damn. I like the vlogs.
What do you mean they didn't like?
the
Did
No,
they
there's
say
some
they
people.
didn't
There's
like
some people that prefer the podcast.
Well, you know what?
Aw.
Too bad you're getting the vlogs too.
Dude, that's so weird because there's people saying they want us to move to different stuff.
Yeah.
Like vlogs,
It's
for
like-
instance.
Yeah.
They're saying that.
But also, a lot of people have said, like
Mm.
some people that I've talked to, that they prefer the shorts or something.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like what you're profiting out of,
Yeah.
is mainly the shorts. But in order to get the shorts, we got to film. This
You
whole
gotta
thing
get a
that they
big
don't wanna
fucking-
watch. I don't know, it's a whole
Yeah,
thing.
It is a whole thing.
It's funny because then they're like, oh, I don't watch the whole podcast. I only watch like I look at the analytics. It's like maybe like 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, let me give you guys vlogs that are only 5 minutes. You guys don't even watch that. I was like, what the? Make up your minds.
Honestly, I think with technology growing, the attention span of everybody is just shortening, especially with Instagram, YouTube, even TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
With each video averaging like 30 seconds at most.
Yeah.
I feel like the average attention span is 30 seconds.
Yeah. Or even like if you don't capture them in the first 2 seconds, you lost them, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But I did want to talk, and you just kind of brought it up. I want to talk about it, but you want to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, Curtis?
Did you actually want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Oh shit, yeah, man. That fucking there's a lot that I don't want to say because there's a lot of shit that went on that a lot of people may have not seen yet. But it's getting good. It's getting great.
Mm.
But the thing is, these animators are actually getting like fucking pretty much they're
Really? Yeah, the thing in Tokyo. That's
I don't want to
happening,
say the
right?
word, but
Oh.
they're slaving away pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like okay, wait a second. But you know what I mean? They are. They're slaving away. They're slaving away inside of their fucking offices.
away.
They might be up for like fucking 72 hours. You know, animating. That's all they're fucking doing, getting the shit out because all these big ass corporations are just pushing it onto them.
Right.
And now we're not gonna get another JJK episode for I don't know how long.
Cool.
Same thing with Zom 100.
I hate that dude. I fucking
Bro.
love the anime.
And now it's fucking all. They're not canceled, but they're on hold. You know.
Mm.
But I'm glad they're on hold because like these animators and everybody that works for these companies get a break. They finally get to chill. Same thing that happened in America with SAG-AFTRA with the writer's strike, all the production shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit.
That-
Anyway,
That thing happening where they're trying to get rid of anonymous animators and shit like that in Japan.
yeah,
Saw a video discussing it, and I think that's kind of crazy. Trying to get rid of that, or get out of all that taxes and stuff.
yes,
I could be wrong. I only watched one video on it. Haven't done that much research, but I think it's crazy. And a lot of animators and writers, they're all coming out trying to have Japan stop this.
yeah,
Because anime is something that people really love, and taking that away from the writers that want to remain anonymous,
So my fucking watch.
Yeah.
it's gonna be a bad time for anime. At
Yeah.
least for
it
now.
is.
Okay, so
It is.
Will, since you have, or are you caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen, or do you watch
I
it?
haven't watched the last episode. but
Okay.
I've been caught up.
Okay, so then let me put the scenario for you then, specifically. What if this sort of like thing was happening with Dragon Ball Z?
Oh shit.
Like the
Like imagine
stop
like
on it.
yeah, like imagine like let's say like one of like your favorite arcs, and they were to they found out that they weren't paying like the animators enough, and they left it on like a hook pretty much, or like one of like the best parts.
As long as they stop making Goku overpowered, I'm fine with it. That's the only problem I have with that.
I honestly think that'll never happen.
It won't. It will never happen.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the same time, bro, like I'm tired of watching or even reading the manga because I did start reading the manga of DBZ,
Right.
and every time this motherfucker dies, it's something new, and he just OP. And I get it. He's the main character and all, but Gohan, bro.
How would you feel if they
Mhm.
moved on from Goku?
Ooh.
If they chose like a new protagonist that they wanted to focus everything on, how would you feel about
Well,
that?
I
That's
feel
what we wanted.
that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like
Like
if they focus away from Gohan, not Gohan, Goku, and
Mhm.
focus on like Goten and Gohan, you know, that would be great.
I feel like the DBZ universe is so huge that there's no shortage of characters that they can choose.
Yes.
And
Yes.
with the following that DBZ has, or Dragon Ball has in general, I feel like there's a lot of things that fans would be like super excited for, especially for that as well. Just having focus on different characters other than Goku, because Goku's had his time in the light since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I just wish like some of the arcs in DBZ, like the what is it, like the Boo saga
Oh, I love the
Fucking-
design of Boo.
I know
with-
that was your.
with Baby and all them. I wish they counted that as canon.
That was
That's-
so
that's the only
unfortunate they
thing
Cut that shit.
I wish they did, because if anything, SSJ4 and all that shit was dope.
Right.
You know, I think SSJ4 is better than their current versions, like Ultra Instinct and all of that,
SSJ4 was so dope, bro.
because it went back to their roots.
Yeah.
You know how they started out as apes,
Right.
but now they just got Skittles hair and all
Dude.
this shit, and it's just like, okay,
Okay, so imagine like you're in that, right? And you're seeing all of that, and then they had that strike, and now you're not gonna get any episodes. How would you feel?
perfectly fine,
Perfectly fine?
perfectly fine.
Okay.
Now if they did that shit to One Piece,
Ooh.
that's a different story, because
Okay.
One Piece has me on my freaking toes every single time.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, because it's new. Like they don't like Luffy. We didn't hear about Gear 5, even though they wrote about it.
Mhm.
We didn't hear about that shit until like 3, 4, 5 years later. You know, to get animated.
Right.
You know, and that's what I like, because it kept me on my toes.
You
You
wanted
know.
to see that, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But with
You're like, come
Dragon
on.
Ball Z, the moment something gets written down in the manga, fucking 2, 3 months later,
It's already-
it's already out.
Yeah.
You know, and of course it's about Goku, and I'm just like,
That's what I liked about Naruto, because it was a long wait. We're waiting for that, you know, we're
Mhm.
waiting to see that battle, we're waiting to see this, that, and the other. And so that was the cool thing about Naruto. It was just the fucking fillers that was
Oh, yeah.
rough to go through.
that's another thing. Like with Naruto, I love Naruto. Don't get me wrong, but the fillers, bro, the fillers were just ridiculous. Like, I don't care about sexy clone jutsu enough to watch it 2 episodes in
That's true.
before
Yeah. Yeah.
a big fight. You know,
Yeah.
like, come on.
They drag out a lot of shit, to be honest.
Why do they make fillers? Is there a specific reason why they do fillers?
Because of the fact that they don't, how can I put it? Like, you know how Chainsaw Man is? It's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
12 episodes?
Yeah.
They didn't want to do that. They didn't want their anime to be short.
They want the monies. Bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because they're a big mainstream anime, right?
Right.
And they need all the money they can get from every episode that comes out.
Like,
Oh.
for instance, like Bleach. Bleach is a really good anime.
Right.
But there are seasons or arcs in there that aren't even canon to the story because they wanted to drag it along.
Oh.
More money. It's just more money
Oh.
for them to make.
So it's not like I was trying to think, or I was thinking that it was like when they pay them, that it was like whatever, like not like the whole season, but it was like, oh, like which ones do, it depending on how well each episode does is how much they get
Yeah.
paid or whatever. But I guess it does make sense.
I know some anime do it so that their manga can catch up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like instead of having huge, like a year gap in between their anime or like 2-3 year gap, they try to just throw in as much filler as possible so that the manga can catch up and so that they have more time to animate.
That's what One
That-
Piece did.
That's exactly what
You
One Piece
know,
did.
like
Yeah.
just as long as they do that, I'll be perfectly fine. But
Yeah.
for Dragon Ball Z, if they said, "Hey, we're going to make this last season and cut it," I'll be happy.
Yeah, I think just the problem with Goku is like he's a lot like he's still like in like the old anime sort of thing where he's like very like 2-dimensional now, where she's like, oh, let me get stronger. All right, I got stronger, and then they have to like kill him for him to get stronger
Yeah.
That's
again.
what I'm saying. Like Gohan's Ultra Beast, bro.
Yeah,
When that happened, after what 10, 15 years of Gohan not having any sort of fucking power up,
right.
I was excited. You
Mm.
know, and then when I read the manga, when they introduced, y'all read the manga, right?
No,
Don't
but I
worry
don't
about
tend
it.
to.
Don't
So.
worry about it.
Well, in the manga, they introduced this guy named Cable.
Okay.
He's-
Oh, okay, I remember that.
Oh.
He's sort of a Saiyan, I
Mhm.
guess. But when they introduced him, that's when Vegeta got his power up. You know, and I was waiting for Vegeta's power up too because Goku got Ultra Instinct mid fucking fight, about to get fucking killed again.
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta just stayed with Super Saiyan God. So it's like, okay, when is everybody else getting a power up? Piccolo's been
Oh.
green for God knows how long, and now his power up is orange. Like, it's
Oh yeah,
annoying.
orange is a weird color on him.
That
I
is a
don't
very
know,
weird
bro.
color.
Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z, the whole fucking series now is just weird.
Yeah.
It is. It is, definitely. But speaking of anime,
Mm.
Ron, how was anime in Korea? Like, were they as big of fans as the West is, or like
Oh, 1000%.
Japan.
Um,
Really?
What's crazy about it is, according to all the CBTs and CBTs now, all the CBTs that I did before I went out, all the trainings,
Yeah.
cultural sensitivity stuff that we did before, or that I did before I went to Korea, it was like really encouraged that, like, or at least what I've been told by people that have been there, that like the Koreans don't like Japanese people, or there's like this ongoing beef.
Oh, I
But it's
see.
crazy because they love all things Japanese. they love sushi. They even have their own thing. I'm pretty sure I don't know if it was like inspired by it or whatever, but they have like their own like little musubis. They look
wow.
like musubis. They have like triangles and stuff
All of that, yeah.
that you
yeah.
can get from like the like any like GS25, like any of their versions of 7-Eleven, like Emart and all that.
Wow.
And in terms of anime, they all love it. Like all my friends, one of my friends recently, for Halloween she dressed up as Tanjiro
oh, shit.
for Halloween
That's
up
cool.
in Korea. Like they love anime, and even when I'd pop out to go clubbing in my Rengoku shirt, like a lot of
wow.
Koreans would come to me like, "Oh, Rengoku, good, Demon Slayer, good," you know, and it's cool, you know, because there's like a lot of bonding that can happen from it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I feel like as all this shit progresses, in terms of anime, well, I want to bring it back. Actually, it's story development and writing stories, especially in today's media, is getting a lot harder.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
feel like
yes.
that's why there's like this huge content drop off. Like, and my biggest example is like Marvel,
Oh,
right?
oh,
Marvel and all that
fuck.
shit. Like, anime is just being stopped as a whole because of all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But Marvel is constantly shitting out things that people don't want
Yep.
and
Yep.
trying to make things work with what they have. Because I know there's still that writers' protest or whatever that's going
Yeah.
on.
It just finished like
and all that.
recently.
Like
finally.
Loki has been one of the best pieces of work that Marvel has done in a very long time, and that's like a TV show.
Yes.
Movies
it is.
like Love and Thunder,
Trash.
The Marvels.
Trash.
You know, the fall off of like I don't know. It comes down to me, and what makes me very sad is, and I could be wrong. I am not a director. I'm not anything like that. You know, I'm not super into film.
Right.
But as a consumer of all these products, it feels like now that we're going into this new age of developing movies and all this, the love for storycraft is falling,
that.
Mm.
and that makes me
Wow.
very sad. you
That's
know?
insane. You say that.
And it's just because it's starting to seep into everything.
Yes.
It's not just Marvel. It's starting to seep in like small movies, and that's why I'd rather prefer like watching low budget films and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that, because at least the people that worked on it, the people that shot it, wrote it, they all have a love for what they're making.
Yes,
So at least
yes.
it turns out better, or at least a little better than what I want to say AAA, but I know it's not AAA. That's in terms of video games with big Hollywood companies.
Yeah, no,
You
yeah,
know what
like
I
high
mean?
production value
Yeah.
stuff.
It's all
Yeah.
like falling off, and there's this new movie that I'm trying to watch. It's the Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix,
Yes.
filmed by
Yes.
Ridley Scott.
I want to see that.
Wait, didn't the trailer for that like come out like so long ago?
Yeah, it came
Yeah.
out. It was in the works for a very long time, and it just, I believe, came out. I was watching.
It looks
reviews on
good,
it.
dude.
So I think, like, in terms of just in general, and I want to know your thoughts on it. Is just how do you feel about the drop off in? I don't want to say love for the craft, but like in just story making
Yeah.
in general
Mm.
makes you feel as someone who, as people who film,
Yeah.
you know, and as people also that consume this kind of content, how does that make you feel, and what are your thoughts on it?
That's a good one.
Honestly,
Like, you wanna go first?
you could have went first, bro.
No, I feel bad.
I mean, but-
we're both.
Honestly, I feel as if, like you said, one of the main reasons why they fell off
Mm-hmm.
as far as storytelling goes is honestly because of the consumers.
Oh.
You know, because most of the time,
Okay.
especially nowadays where we're in a generation of cancel culture,
Right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? Like a lot of them would be like, oh, I can't believe he said that. And then next thing you know, you got to rewrite a whole fucking story just because of one critic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a lot of the times when it comes to this storytelling with whether it's anime or fucking what's it called, like Marvel,
Western
DC,
movies, yeah.
whatever the case may be, a lot of the time why the story kind of like dies out is because of us.
Mm.
You know, like for instance, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man was on and off of Hulu like 5 fucking times just because people were mad because the main fucking character was obsessed with tits.
Oh wow.
It got like on and off because of that.
Yes.
What? I did not know that. I didn't know it was like on and off of Hulu.
Mm-hmm. Like Hulu
What?
brought it on, and then I watched the first episode when they released it.
Yeah.
Then when the second episode was supposed to come out, they took it off. I was like, what the fuck?
What?
Like 3 weeks later, it came back on with like the other remaining episodes, and I was like, okay, the fuck is going on? So I was researching it, and people were literally getting mad because the fucking main character was just all about tits.
He's misogynistic. Or some shit.
But there's so many fucking animes that do
That's-
that, bro.
That's what I'm saying, and it's just like, why can't you just watch the fucking show? And if you don't like it, don't watch it. Like, and it throws me off
Mm.
because we got shows like Family Guy, and don't get me wrong, I love Family
Oh
Guy.
yeah.
You know, I love Family Guy,
Yeah.
and they do and say the most off the wall shit
Right.
in that fucking show.
Aren't they on Hulu?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck?
you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
that's what throws me off. But at the same time, a lot of the time, I guess because Family Guy was a thing since what 98, 99?
Yeah.
Before the cancel culture.
Oh,
Like the love for it just kept going, so they just kept making.
Right.
Anime now is like it's not new, but at the same time it's new. Because people started watching it, you know, getting really into it now ever since COVID.
Yeah.
You know,
Post-COVID.
which fuck all of y'all, by the way,
True.
who watched anime after COVID or during COVID. Y'all not real. Y'all are NPCs.
That started at around that time. Yeah,
it started around that time
Yeah.
because those were the same people that didn't like it because it was weird and shit.
Right. Yeah.
And now those are the same people that don't like it because a character likes tits.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I feel as though the love for storytelling and both the anime scene, the regular movies, anything like that, it fell off because of us.
Mm.
That's a good one.
And it's not going to change until this cancel culture generation, millennial, Gen Z bullshit stops.
You just gotta grow the fuck up, honestly. Like, take a fucking joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm black. I make black jokes.
That's what I mean. Oh, you know, like we get it. You know what I mean? We get,
yeah.
and we understand that things can be satire. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
has to be serious. There's a time for it to be serious, but when you're consuming media, you have to like kind of let go of certain things. You have to realize this is storytelling,
Mhm.
right? And so that's why it's funny that you say what you said, because my writing professor at my school, the college I go to, he's directed for Nat Geo and all this kind of stuff, and he's won Oscars and shit, right? He's like pretty damn he got his stars, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the one problem he has with today's society is the fact that you can tell that their love for writing is gone. And all they're writing for is for the new generation to accept everything and like it. And that's why you have like She-Hulk where, you know, they're shaking their ass and shit with fucking what's her name.
Oh my, bro.
You know,
not
it's
She-Hulk,
like
dude.
they want to feel relevant, but at the same time, it's like, you know, they're putting it in just so that the consumers, like you said, the consumers can just be like, oh my gosh, yeah, you know, that's what we want. But in the reality of it, it's like, but does it correlate to the story that we were trying to tell 10 years ago in Marvel? You know what I mean? And so that's why it's like, you could tell in the beginning everything was about love and like, or the love of the art. And then it's just kind of like falling off. And it's like, okay, now we want clicks. Now we want money.
Yeah.
Give us the money that we were getting before. But I think, and it seems like a lot of people are kind of getting tired of that. And that's why things like Loki, which is so fucking awesome. That ending was the best Marvel has done since like Spider-Man, you know, or even Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy was really good. That was good storytelling.
Yeah.
But then he's moving to
Never
fucking
fell
DC.
off.
It never did. You know.
Mm.
You know, Guardians has never fell off. It was, for me, I think everything fell off and felt kind of rushed after Endgame.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
after Endgame, that was even during Endgame, it just felt rushed.
Yeah.
You
I see
know,
what you mean.
even like, I don't know how big you guys are into like comics and stuff like that. Brendan might know, but fucking like Black Panther, right?
Mhm.
We know that in the comics itself that Black Panther dies.
Yes.
His son then becomes
Yes.
Black Panther.
Right.
In the movie that just, you know, Wakanda Forever, my boy. Anyway, in the movie, you know, I get why they made the sister the Black Panther, but I felt like they should have just skipped right on past all that shit, followed, you know, Marvel itself,
Yeah.
and then just went straight for his son.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because now, if Black Panther continues, it's still going to be Shuri. I think that's her name, Shuri.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
Shuri for a
You
while.
know, and it's just like, it's,
It'll be probably another 10 years before the sun will become.
I might be dead.
I feel like that's where it leads to, like going back to what Curtis was saying, or and I think you were saying too. It's movies have become a lot of checking boxes,
Yes.
right, and just trying to stay relevant.
Yes.
And what makes me very sad I haven't seen it in other movies because I really don't watch movies that much anymore, but primarily in Marvel movies and comic book movies, is that they're trying to make female like empowerment movies, and it's just like a big fuck you to all the men in all those movies. You know,
I
It's
see what
like,
you mean.
I'm a female. I'm an empowered female, and I don't need anybody. I have all these accomplishments, and I'm in a room full of men, and I'm better than all of them. Right?
Yeah.
And that makes me sad. Like I recently, I said I don't watch movies, but I recently watched the new Indiana Jones,
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
my soul was crying. You know, like this is a character that I've watched all the movies with growing up.
Yes.
And
dude.
I loved Indiana Jones,
Oh, man.
and that's what got me into like Star Wars because
Yeah.
of George Lucas.
Yes.
And
yes.
now just seeing this kind of, I don't want to say agenda, but you
Yeah.
know, with Disney and
Yes.
Catherine, whatever her name is,
Catherine Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy, you know, just pushing this agenda onto everything. It's like I'm being force fed
Yeah.
as a consumer. You know, we consume, so I'm getting like force fed this huge fist down my throat,
Mm-hmm.
and it's beginning to make me feel like I don't even want to consume any of this
Mhm.
media anymore.
Mhm.
Like, I, as a person who read comic books growing up, who still occasionally reads
Same.
a comic book here and there, translating what's in the book
Yes.
to on the screen is no longer genuine
Yeah.
for me anymore. And if what you're doing is not genuine, what's the point?
Exactly. What's the point, man?
You know?
And like I can understand why they're doing a lot of the like the female empowerment, because I understand that there wasn't a lot of that
Right.
In-
And there's
in
nothing wrong
media.
with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just
No.
like don't fucking shove it in everything you're releasing. The only good show that I think did that really well was Hawkeye, because they showed this new girl that came. What was her name? Kate, right? Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
And instead of it being like, I don't need Hawkeye, fuck him, right? I'm gonna be the next Hawkeye.
It could have definitely went that
They
way.
could
for
have went
Marvel.
that way if they wanted to, but they showed the respect for the character. They showed that he is passing this torch to her. This is gonna be the next Hawkeye, and we're gonna do this respectfully, and that's what I loved about that. And in all the other shows, it just didn't feel that way. Like Indiana Jones is a prime example. It's like I could do this. I'm leaving.
The new
yeah.
Ghostbusters.
The new
Ghostbusters.
I didn't even
That's-
watch that one. Dude.
I didn't either.
That's why I kind of stopped watching like Marvel movies and stuff like that, because when I saw the new Ghostbusters, I was like, okay, this is cool and all, but this isn't Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't
Like,
have
and,
that soul.
like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, you know, for what it is. It is a really good movie, but it wasn't Ghostbusters because, just like you said, like the female empowerment movement became a very, I don't want to say fucked up, but it's a very big thing now, where it's to the point where it's literally affecting everything.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to content creation, movies, anime, shows, no matter what you are doing in this world, it's something dealing with female empowerment. And it's just like, okay, I get it.
Right.
You're independent. You know, you don't want for nothing. You don't need anybody. You have your own. That's cool. But at the same time, don't complain if a man says that, and if a man is doing the same thing that you're doing, you know, and saying the same things you're saying, now he's a dick because he's saying, I don't want for nothing. I don't need you. This, that, and the third. Now you're just sexist.
Yeah.
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 Because
You know?
there's a difference between being your own individual with your own individual empowerment, and there's a difference between being that and being misogynistic. Do you know what I mean? And we're not misogynistic. You know what I mean? We're not trying to say, oh, we fucking hate
We've had
women.
an all girls podcast.
Yes.
I have
We-
a wife.
He has a wife. He has a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like we're all like, women in our lives. We've had them forever. We love them. We value them. We cherish them.
Single, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if women in life, like family, even mother, sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we wouldn't be here without our mother.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You
And
know
we
what I
love,
mean? Like,
we love the female.
I love
the
my
females.
mom. I'm
Yeah.
a living embodiment. I tell my wife this all the time.
All right.
I'm a living embodiment, male version of my fucking mother.
Same.
Like I'm
Same here.
literally my mom in a male body.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I respect everything that my mom has done
Right.
because I can honestly say my mom doesn't want or need for shit. She has her own.
Yep.
She can do whatever she wants now.
Yeah.
She can buy whatever she wants when she wants to. I love that for her. My mom would tell you the same thing. Fuck this female empowerment bullshit.
Same here,
Yeah.
dude. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
You know?
That's the thing. It's just when it bleeds out into everything, and then now they're just. I'm not saying it's like tainting anything, but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
it's getting to the point where it's getting too much already. You know, there's already a built foundation and all these big fundamentals that we had with the previous media and I guess production movies and everything that we had. Why are you crushing it? You know what I mean? It's like you're crushing it, spitting on it, and lighting it on fire, saying we don't give a fuck. When that is what helped build everything. You should respect it.
Right.
Respect what these filmmakers did before you.
Exactly. There's a good way to portray, not betray, portray, empowerment, not just in females, but in men as well.
Yes.
But I feel like where it gets it wrong, and that's I think due in part to the thinking of today's society, is when we were growing up, if you didn't get first place, you didn't get a trophy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But now in today's society, if you show up, you get a trophy.
Yep.
Right, and I feel like that's where all of these movies and shows are going wrong. It's where they're not depicting the struggle. They tell us that there's a struggle in the story, but we don't see it. And the character is demanding a trophy for it, demanding
Yes.
recognition, demanding all these things. And I saw that particularly in She-Hulk. Like
Yes.
I'm a woman.
Yes.
I deal with this.
Oh.
I'm a woman.
Oh my
I deal
God.
with that. And the whole time, Hulk, this guy who can destroy worlds, is just taking it.
Yeah.
And then she even questions, him as a person, he questions Hulk or Bruce, but that man's had to deal with this his entire life.
Yes.
And she's like, I'm an empowered woman. I have all these things, and I'm a better Hulk than you. Remember that scene where she picks up the rock and throws it?
Oh
And then
my
he picks up the
gosh.
rock and throws that shit into
Yeah.
outer space. Like, little does she know that in his mind, you know, all that anger is still there. Like, remember in Avengers 1, he said, like,
Yep.
I'm always angry,
Yep.
right? But as someone who just stumbled upon this power, now I feel like their motivations are different.
Yes.
His anger comes from this life of struggle,
Yeah.
that he was thrust into, and then her, and I guess it's just the writing, but her
It is the
anger
writing.
comes from being a woman.
Being a woman.
And being a woman isn't bad.
Yeah. There's,
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying like, oh, the struggles you go through aren't bad.
Right.
You know,
Right.
there's some things that women go through that suck, and we as a society need to help fix that together. You know what I mean? But like,
Yes.
just in that story alone, it's like, oh, feel bad for me.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's
just
like
like,
pick me,
yeah,
like the pick me person.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
And
Pretty
it's
much.
just- they could have done that story of She-Hulk
So
much justice.
much
Yeah,
better.
so much justice.
There is fucking comics on it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you use the
Mhm.
material? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I was.
But that's where it all ties back to checking boxes. I
Mhm.
feel like Hollywood
Like the new
general-
Spider-Man movie coming out.
is afraid to take risks.
Oh, Madam
Mhm.
Web.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like bro, like I get it. It's a cool concept. It really is. I like the fact that there are multiple Spider Women.
Yeah.
I don't know if I missed a comic book, but the only Spider Woman I know is Spider Gwen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
don't get me wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. but-
There are different Spider Women, but they weren't ever with Madam Web like that.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't a thing where it was never a thing where they had to be thrown in there,
Mhm.
you know, just to show that I'm here too. Like I said, pick me.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah.
like pick me.
Mhm.
You know, like Madam Web was
Dude, she was a badass in the 90s.
exactly like she
fucking
was
cool.
dope. You know, but now in this movie that's coming out, because I saw the trailer yesterday, literally
Same,
last
dude,
night.
Right.
same.
And I'm sitting there in my bed, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh shit, Madam Web. And then I'm looking at all the other fucking Spider Women, and I'm like, who the fuck are these? Like, I didn't see Spider Gwen in there
Mhm.
or anything. You know, granted, they might be taking that a whole different direction because of Miles Morales, you know, the Into the
Yeah,
Spideyverse thing.
Yeah.
You know, I get that, but Spider Gwen was a part of Madam Web's people, pretty much. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, okay, if you're going to throw Madam Web in there, at least put Spider Gwen in there.
Yeah.
Not all these random ass other Spider people
Mhm.
that we don't know about.
Honestly, I feel like that's a good thing. It's exposing characters that are not in
Yeah.
the spotlight and bringing the opportunity for those characters to come out. I understand where you're coming from.
You're
with
right.
The Spider-Gwen and all that. It's just, as someone who, or as people who read comic books, like I'm pretty sure we all read comic books. It's good to have some backwater character come out sometimes.
And
Yeah.
you're perfectly right with that.
Mm.
However, it's going to get to the point where it's going to be Madam Web, and then one of the other antagonists that's in the show,
Mhm.
one of the other Spider females. Well, I can't say that. Spider Woman in the show.
Mhm.
They're going to be like it. The consumers once again are going to be like, "Oh, she's a good character. She's the best character out of there." Next, you know, it's a whole nother show about the said character
Mhm.
we know nothing about,
Mhm.
and it's going to flop. And then it's going to that process is going to
The
keep
cycle.
it's going to keep going just because of the fact that
Mhm.
everybody wants to be a pick me person,
Right.
Yeah.
you know, especially in today's society.
Mm.
You know, I can't really speak on women being pick me's. You know, I'm not a woman. However, because of how media shows it, you know, movies,
It's just-
anything,
That's what it looks like.
it's
Yeah.
not even what it looks like. It just
what it is.
it's like you're telling me.
Mm.
You know, you're telling me that you're a pick me person.
Mm.
Yep.
And yeah, I completely agree. And I see that too. I also agree with you though. Like it was cool because we're gonna see, I forget her name, Rebecca something, which is the main Spider Woman. We're gonna get to see her, and then I forget. Oh, that one girl that's from Euphoria. She's gonna be one of the other Spider
Sydney
Woman.
Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, she's gonna be one of the other Spider Woman that's actually like in comics too. I just don't know what Earth she's in. I digress. Pretty much. You're right, Rohan. It is like She-Hulk. Like for instance, we can go back to that. It could have been so good if it was written so much better. Instead, they went and did the route of what you said, pick me. Look what I'm struggling with because I'm a woman. But it could have been so much better if it was like, look what I'm struggling with because of all the shit I had to go through. Look at like my family and they're like maybe there's a struggle there, you know, or look at my cousin Bruce, you know, I'm trying to help him. Oh shit, now I'm, you know, Hulk. And they didn't need to do the gender fighting. Do you know what I mean? They didn't need to do that. I understand why they did that. And we're not saying fuck women. We're saying like, right? We need better writers in today's society.
Mm-hmm.
We need better writers again.
Writers that love what they do.
Yes, not I'm gonna write this shit because this guy's gonna pay me 50 grand
No,
because oh shit, I'll just write something that I think Gen Z is gonna like this. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that.
Dude, I think like, cause I was like thinking like this like the whole time in terms of like Marvel, DC, fucking all these guys. What baffles me, how the fuck does Amazon beat all of you guys? Amazon, the guys that ship your packages, make the boys invincible
How
and
is
beat
Bro.
both of you. Oh
how
my-
is that the main superhero shit that's so enjoyable right
I
now?
will watch The Boys 10 times over before I watch another fucking Marvel movie.
That's what I mean.
dude, like the impact of Homelander, how
Oh.
popular of a character he
Oh,
got.
man.
Just he's in multiple games. He's in Mortal
Bro,
Kombat.
he's in Mortal Kombat,
COD.
Call of Duty. Call of fucking Duty, bro.
And what
They
the
even
show's
got Starlight and Black Noir in it.
yeah. And was it how old is the boys now? The boys is only
It's a few years
A
old.
few years old now, like 3 years old, and then look at Marvel that's like God knows how old in DC.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying they're bad. It's just like the boys from a company that ships packages
yeah
has made leaps.
yeah.
You know, with good fucking writing.
Not even just Amazon though. A24 Studios.
Oh,
Ooh,
A24, man.
A24.
Rock
Bro,
Rock this
the
film.
fucking- I forgot what he did, but it was a guy off of YouTube.
That's Rocka Rocka.
Rock,
Yeah,
yeah, the
okay,
Rock Rock.
yeah,
They
Yeah,
made
yeah,
that
yeah.
horror movie.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The hand one.
he,
right?
yeah,
yeah.
he just woke up and was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a fucking movie, and that movie is fucking.
It's so good.
That was one of the movies that actually got me.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
as a
yeah.
scary movie for a long time. The only scary movies that have really like impacted my life to where I was like, yo, fuck this, I need the lights on tonight,
Yeah.
was the first Insidious movie,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
the last Conjuring movie, The Devil Made Me Do It.
Oh, okay, okay.
And that was what, a 10-15 year gap?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
You know? Like
Yeah.
those were the last movies that actually did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Talk to Me,
Talk to me.
Yeah. Talk. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that one got me, bro.
And that's what I love
And
about
that's-
A24.
Exactly. It's
Yes.
A24. It's a B-list company, you know, to
Yeah.
most.
But that's where it all circles back to also the love for the crowd.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because I watched a video
Yep.
on the rocker, like they did this whole thing. You know, they went to multiple studios turned them away, and then once they got the go ahead for it, they got an all Australian cast.
Yep.
Like, they tried to keep it within their own country,
Which I love, bro. I
Yeah.
love that.
You know, and then they opened it up to the cast to put their own ideas and their own spins on the characters
Yep.
and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure in Marvel and all that kind of stuff and all these other, you know, big production companies, they do that as well.
Yeah.
It's just that when you have a good person or a person who loves the craft spearheading the project, spearheading the movie,
Yes.
it shows.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point where you will and other consumers are just impacted by
Yeah.
the movie. So
Yeah.
much so to the point where you have to have the lights on, you know? It's
That's how you
And
know it
that's the-
hit,
that-
man.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the
it's,
importance of storytelling.
Yes.
you know, don't get me wrong. Like, in the movie, if you're watching the movie just to watch it, you won't understand it. You know, but Talk to Me, if you watch it and you listen to the story, watch the story as it unfolds throughout the whole movie, it's like, oh shit, I'm not buying that fucking ham off of Amazon now.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know, and it's shit like that that shows impact, you know,
Mm.
to the consumers.
Yes.
Marvel nowadays, I honestly think most of its fall off, and I could be wrong, but it's because we don't have Stan Lee anymore.
Yeah.
I could see that.
You
Yeah.
know, because I
Actually, no. I think you're right.
I 100% think that if Stan Lee was still here to this day and he saw all this shit going on, cut.
I would.
It would have been cut. Bro.
Was he in She-Hulk? Did he have a cameo?
I don't
cameo in
remember.
that?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. I don't think he did.
Because if he didn't have one in No Way Home,
Oh yeah,
then
yeah,
he
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
be
you're
in
right.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is the thing, and this is something, because I've only recently started to work on big production sets now with big companies, right?
Oh, he up
only
now.
this year, okay?
word?
So I can't say, like, oh, I've been doing this forever, da da da, and I'm not trying to defend things, but what I'm trying to say is, it isn't the crew, the casting crew that's fucking it up. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Mm.
It is those CEOs. It
No,
is the
that's-
people that
Yeah,
own
that's what I'm saying.
It's gotta be those folks.
the fucking, you know what I mean? Because it's crazy because I see these people and I see that they have this love and they love what they're doing. But I know for a fact the reason why they do the changes and they have to do certain things is because these CEOs are saying, no, we don't want that. We have to woman positivity or, you know, this, that, and the other and all this other crazy shit. And not even just like woman positive or like say like you can't use that joke. You know, this, that, and the other.
There is Rachel Zegler.
Who's that?
Who's that? What is that?
Rachel Zegler, the one who's supposed to be in Snow White.
Oh, that's right.
Oh wait,
That's right.
Oh, the one
No,
that
she-
was
yeah.
in Shazam, yeah.
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 Oh yeah, I don't know if that girl's getting any more.
No, yeah. That was
No, I get what you're saying too with everything.
mostly the crew, at least, you know, like the director and all this kind of stuff. Like, I see that these guys love what they're doing. It's just that they have to listen to these executive producers, these CEOs, and they have to be like, no, we don't want that, you know, because of what is it called? Oh my goodness. Pot. Oh my goodness, what is the word? People that, you know, like, are snowflakes. Like, they're like, oh no,
Pussies?
no.
Well,
There's
they
a
are
word for it.
They are that, yeah.
They are, yeah, pretty much. So I can't.
You said like imposters?
No, not imposters. It's like they're trying to be. Yeah, something like. Oh my god, I can't remember the term for it. But they try to be like. Everything has to be kind of like clean or like, oh, you can't say that, and
Perfectionist?
like, not perfectionist.
Wait, it has to be clean.
Like, oh my gosh, this is pissing me off because
I just think of
got-
pussies now, bro. I can't think of
I
anything
know
else.
that's the worst part because after you said that, that's all I'm thinking of.
Nothing appealing.
Politically correct, those kind of people.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah.
Yeah.
SJWs.
Yes, social justice warriors. It's those
That's
kind
what
of
they're
people
called.
that I know for a fact. Not even like with
That's
all
what
the
they
other
make
stuff
up.
we're saying. It's really that's like, they honestly kind of like, I feel like the CEOs
Yeah.
are that. They're trying to be, you know, social justice
How
warriors.
do I get more money?
Yeah,
That's why I
they
wish-
want all the masses to agree with them. Not, you know, oh, you know, this, that, and the other.
That's why I wish some of these executive producers would be on the same page like the producers of Simpsons and Family Guy.
Yes.
Because a lot of their, like, for instance, I forgot his name, but one of the producers on Simpsons was like, oh, we're not going to film Homer choking Bart out anymore
saw that.
because people don't want to see that anymore because of child abuse. The fucking writer was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
We're still doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is one of the most iconic. People get that shit tattooed on them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's iconic. You know, people grew up watching that.
Mhm.
Not because it's relatable or anything, but it's because they grew a love for it. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
Became iconic.
Child abuse isn't funny. Simpsons is funny.
Yes.
But, you know, it's things like that I feel as though the producers, well, not producers, but the executives and like the major leagues per se are just on a different level to where they want to listen to not even the people who's been watching it for a long time, because they don't really listen to those people anymore.
Mhm.
It's Gen Z that they
Yes.
listen to. It's
Yes.
cancel culture that they listen to. You know, it's the new movements going around that they listen to, and it's just like, but why? Like, you wrote this for a reason. Play it out. You know, we're going to watch it. You wrote it and you loved writing it. We're going to love watching it or reading it or
Mm-hmm.
you know, listening to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Why is it that now because Sally Sue and fucking Jimmy fucking got pissed off because they were touching each other, and now we can't watch it anymore?
Exactly.
It's a hard argument because
It is a very hard argument.
media influences, right?
Yes.
But it doesn't control the person. And
No.
people can't differentiate the difference between the two. And I feel like that's where like comic books in like the early stages where churches and all that, all these big fucking organizations were trying to cancel comics because they feel like that they were trying to like the comics were influencing
Yes.
actions.
Or another one, D&D.
Right.
They tried to
D&D,
cancel D&D back in the
video
70s,
games,
80s.
all of that.
Yeah.
And they were trying to cancel that, but at the end of the day, especially with things like that, it becomes the individual's responsibility to
Yes.
not do it. No matter if we put it in a TV show or a movie, obviously, you know, you're not gonna go home and choke your child
Exactly.
because the Bart
That's
made
what
you
I'm
do
saying,
it.
bro.
Bart made me do it. Like that's
Yeah.
not it. That's not what
Like,
the show's going
like for
you know?
instance, like when Spider-Man first released, you know, like when Marvel first released Spider-Man with fucking Tony Maguire.
Oh,
yeah,
Sam
yeah,
Raimi's one.
yeah.
2002.
Tobey,
When
Yeah, Tobey
they
Maguire.
released that shit, bro. You know how many fucking parents were scared because they thought their kid was gonna go out and get bitten by a fucking Black Widow? Like, don't, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm 5 years old. Yeah, I was doing this shit too when I caught something cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not going outside to get bitten by a spider.
Yeah.
Or did you do the thing? You know,
Oh
You
yeah.
look at their
yeah,
hand,
yeah.
like,
I-
touch it
I-
to the
I look at
wall.
My fingertips every single
Bro,
time.
I do that shit now.
Yeah.
I be in Best Buy, something fall off the shelf. I'm just like,
I think you look at your
and then I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm fucking 29 years old.
Yeah. But that dude, that just shows because like what that came out like what
2002, dog.
2002, and it's been like pretty much like over 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And
Almost 20 years.
that's how good like it was though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like for instance, Superman as well. I'm not gonna fucking jump off a building thinking that I can fucking fly.
And see, that's the worst part about releasing this stuff. People, I feel like just aren't.
They're stupid.
Yeah, they're not that intelligent sometimes. You know, people can't figure out the differences between fiction and reality.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
say people, bro. It's America.
Dude, oh yeah, I mean,
True,
there's some fucking people that like they dress up as Goku. They think they can actually go, like the one kid back then that he was trying to go Super Saiyan.
That
kinda-
was me.
No, but there was that one YouTube video of like the kid. He was like sitting there for like 20 minutes just yelling in his room.
Yeah, that
yeah.
guy.
Bro.
But then that's just like that's the extremists. Those are like the people that are like
Yeah, but then that's how you know that it's good storytelling back then too. Funny enough to wrap it around. That was great storytelling because we genuinely thought we could.
yeah
You know what I mean? But that's where America just is kind of stupid
yeah.
because they can't tell the difference between fiction and reality.
Bro, you know how long I thought I was a fucking airbender?
Oh dude.
Same.
And you're in the shower with the water.
Dog.
Dude,
I would
why?
be outside, bro. And it could have been my mind fucking with me.
Yeah.
Or I might have a fucking problem. I don't fucking know. But when I was a kid and after I watched the Avatar, bro,
Yeah.
I would go outside and I remember there would be times where my mom made me mad or something. And I'll be outside mad as fuck and next thing you know the wind's just blowing like hard as shit and I'm just like, I'm the fucking Avatar, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out in the middle of the road and be like, I'm gonna catch this fucking car.
Yeah.
because we're
You
not
know,
that
like, I'm not-
stupid. You know what I mean?
But
That's where
society
shit.
nowadays is just like, oh, my son is going to think he's a fucking firebender and walk on fucking lava. You can't play this. And now it gets cut.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's funny that you mentioned it because I remember Rohan, bro. You would waterbend at the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, with Dallin?
With Dallin, dude.
when
Oh,
I was
man.
in football when I was like 10, that's when I was really watching it. Like I'd wake up early,
yeah.
turn Nickelodeon on, watch
Watch
the
it.
Avatar.
Same. Yeah.
So for some reason I don't know what I was smoking, or
hope
you know
you
what
were
I
smoking.
no I wasn't. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
phrase. Like, I don't know what I was on,
Yeah.
but I looked at my dad because my dad, you know, he was the one who cut my hair. I'm like, can you make my hair
No way.
in the shape of an arrow?
No.
And he did it
I did that
with
too.
the hair. bro.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And it was hilarious because like all the grown-ups would laugh, but all the kids would fucking get it.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
They'd be
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Bro, I
it's
did
the
that shit in high
Avatar.
school.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
I wish I had the picture. I wish
Oh
I had
yeah,
the picture.
I have to see for both of you guys one. That's
Yeah,
that's
I gotta
insane.
find it. I
Till
remember.
this day, my auntie would call me. She still calls me her little avatar, bro.
Wow, that's
so
cool.
cute. Oh.
Yeah, dude. In terms of like shit we did back then, I got two of them. One, you know how many fucking idiots did the Naruto running around school, dude?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
What are
I'm
you
saying.
talking about? I'm one of the idiots.
No,
bro.
but yeah, I mean, there was one dude in our school that
Yes,
would
sir.
he wasn't like a cool anime guy. He was kind of like
Oh,
real,
you mean like that?
real like
like very, very, very
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
nerdy.
oh you were
Oh, that was me, bro.
you were really
100%.
oh boy.
You mean
I
with
mean,
like the
Who's gonna
suspenders and
judge me,
everything?
bro? No.
That's what
No,
we're
but
talking about.
You know what? Our guy in our school, he was doing it in PE class when we had to do the mile.
I did it too.
Okay, never mind that. I take it back. Then maybe it was him that was in
I
my
know
school.
exactly who you're talking about. I'm not gonna say his
But
name,
at the
I
same
know
time,
exactly who you're talking
I feel
about.
like you might know who it is. Yeah.
I guess one of the reasons why I did that though is because when I was a kid, I got in trouble a lot
That makes sense.
for a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah.
So my mom being in the military, she don't get me wrong. Sometimes she will beat my ass, but then the other times she would be like, "Oh, I'm not going to beat you. Do push-ups, do sit-ups, do the fucking invisible chair.
Right.
You know, do." She would make me do all this shit. So by the time I'm 16, I'm the only one in high school that has a grown man fucking body because my mom made me work out when I got in trouble. You know, so nobody really would fuck with me in high school because they're like, I'm not fucking with this 36-year-old fucking high schooler
Yeah.
because I had a fucking beard by the time I was in 8th grade and all this shit. So I was like, okay, nobody gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
I like how you touched the beard when you said he had a beard.
It's
But
like I've had this for too long.
I was one of those nerdy kids. I did theater class, I did dance class, all of that
I
shit.
love
And
that
I
though. I
would-
love that
That's
for you.
cool.
I
That's
would-
awesome.
But at the same time, I think in my dance class though, I was like one of 3 dudes. But I was the only one that actually went on stage and did the dance.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
when we had to perform and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like half of the people that probably would like shit on you were just because they couldn't do it themselves.
Exactly.
And even if they could, they weren't me, so I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, so if I did run in school looking like an idiot,
Yeah.
nobody was going to stop me. They may
Yeah.
have talked shit, but they wouldn't do that to my face.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of kids now that are like, they want to. I mean, yeah, it's just like the flip now. It's just they want to do that stuff. They want to be the theater kids, or you know,
Which is nice though. It's
Yeah.
a good change of pace.
It's nice, but at the same time, it's just like, bro, I look at them and I'm be like, I got picked on for this shit.
yeah,
Like, for
Yeah.
instance, like PC gaming and stuff like that.
yeah.
You played PC gaming as a fucking kid back in the day, bro.
Mm.
They looked at you like, what? Why?
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Same.
What hit me is you get like my auntie, she watched anime. She started with Sailor Moon back in the early 2000s.
Oh, dope.
you know,
dope.
and shit like that. And she used to get shit on. And like
Fuck, dude.
now it's cool because you can look at it and be like, I was a part of this community
Yep.
since before it was a big community.
Yep.
And you can
Right,
be
yeah,
proud
yeah,
of
yeah.
it. And then I read comic books since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Right? And now I can't be like, oh, look at where we're at now. Comic books is so relevant, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what really hit me was Endgame. You know, being in a whole theater that would fucking cheer
Yes.
and scream.
Yes.
And we're all doing that together.
That was like,
I
you
part of
knew-
Oh
it.
yeah, dude.
I'm
you
like, damn,
knew.
like this has come a long way. Like everyone's enjoying this. Everyone's about
Yep.
this.
Yep.
And then now I'm just like, fuck, Marvel releasing.
Loki,
released
I'm
the
telling you,
Marvels.
Loki was
That's
the
what they did.
last good thing from them. I don't know what's
To
gonna
me,
be next.
To me, their last good movie was Eternals, bro.
It's funny because Eternals
Whoa,
gets shit on.
Hot take. That's a hot take, brother.
Bro, I genuinely enjoyed Eternals.
I like the visual effects of
Because
Eternals.
The reason being is because everybody would talk about Thanos and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing that Thanos does have a brother.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
when they introduced his brother, I was like, holy shit. Like they're actually going the right direction with this.
Mm.
You know, I'm not saying the movie was good just because,
stellar writing,
know,
acting, stuff
you know,
like that.
stuff like that. I'm going based off comic book storyline.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they went directly straight to the fucking comic book and was like, we're putting all this shit in here. we're introducing.
That's what I appreciated about that though. Like it was kind of with the
Yeah,
writing.
You know, it was
Yeah.
definitely a
But you're
movie.
right, because I remember Jay was telling me about that. He was like, "Wow, they actually brought him in."
exactly.
Yeah, they're like, "Wow, we didn't think you'd see that."
they
Yeah.
brought his brother in, and I was just like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the new Venom movie coming out too. Like they're introducing anti-venom.
Find a fucking lead.
You know what I mean?
Wow, yeah.
That shit's
Finally.
crazy. Like I'm excited for it. Granted, if they're still on their bullshit, the story's going to be ass.
Yeah.
You know, but the fact that they're introducing characters from the actual fucking comic instead of just putting random fucking characters in random fucking places.
Right.
That's what I appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I even appreciated like Venom 2. The fact that it took so long to see Carnage.
Like an actual Carnage.
yeah,
on
dude.
screen.
Like of how many like Spider-Man stuff we've had like over the
Mhm.
years. Like only now.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy.
And that's
fuck.
why I was like, finally. you
Yeah.
know, and
Actor wise, I don't know if he should have really played.
what was his name? Well, I forget his name.
I forgot his name.
He was in Now You See Me and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And he was in
He played a
Zombieland.
Great Carnage. What you mean?
But it's. I mean, no, like in terms of like the creepiness and everything. And
Oh, okay. Creepiness, no. But as far
Yeah.
as his portrayal of Carnage,
yeah.
No, yeah.
was-
Yeah. In terms
He was a great Carnage, but when he was what's his name? Redhead. Oh, fuck.
I forgot his.
I forgot his name, but when he was that, he
Zombieland,
wasn't nearly
fuck.
as menacing as I thought he would be. Like how we saw in like the '90s cartoon.
Yeah,
Or,
like, he's
in the comics.
he's supposed to be
you
like
know.
a mental patient, and I know mental
my bad,
patients.
bro.
You work.
Yeah, and
To
he
work
wasn't
in a
like.
fucking war
I'm
and
like I've
stuff.
seen worse in for real life, but
But he did do a good Carnage.
yeah,
was like, okay.
I don't judge his acting. It's just seeing him.
The look.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
look of
because
him.
When I see him, I think Zombieland.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
exactly.
the
You
one.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get you. Like it's like okay, you know, I can't
That's what
take
threw me
you
off.
playing this character
Yeah.
seriously, but you did play it well.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You
Precisely.
know, like for instance, like if they made Andy Samberg fucking Spider Man, I'd be like,
that
no.
would throw me off so hard.
I'd be like, no,
Mm.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Something that I saw recently, since you talked about bringing in characters, right, like Thanos' brother, something that I saw recently, and I was like, oh shit! And then I saw who was playing it. It was Sentry. Do you guys know who Sentry from
What?
Marvel is?
Oh,
No way.
Yeah. So Glenn from The Walking Dead is gonna play Sentry.
That's crazy.
What?
Which I was like, Sentry, holy shit, we're gonna have this huge power scaled, like over the top
What the
fucking character
fuck?
from Marvel. Alright, I'm excited to see how they do this, right? Because when Man of Steel came out, it was amazing. They scaled it amazing, shit like that. And then I was like, okay, Marvel's got it coming up. And then I saw Glenn playing and was like, what the fuck?
Dude,
bro?
that guy's getting so much fucking money, bro.
But the thing is, he's a good actor, so
Oh,
I'm not gonna give
I-
him. I
yeah,
give him the
believe
benefit of the
it. He's
doubt.
a great
Rest in
actor.
You know what I
peace,
mean?
Glenn.
Rest in peace. Whoa, Popeyes, man.
Oh god.
What is Glenn's favorite?
I
What
never
is his
watched Song
favorite
Furious.
fast food restaurant? It's Popeyes. Anyway,
But yeah, that guy is getting.
he
so
is
much
though.
fucking
He was
money.
good in what is it called? What is that fucking Netflix show that came out with him?
Oh
my God, it was
the
so
one where they're
good.
fighting with
It's
the-
not beef, is it?
It is. It is.
I think it is beef. Beef.
Yeah, it's gotta be beef, right?
Meat.
It's beef. No, it's beef.
Meat.
Meat. I don't know.
I'm gonna go watch Meat.
No, but it was fucking great. It was a great show.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
But
You know
oh,
You know a show that you guys need to watch?
Mm.
Goosebumps.
The old one?
No.
Aw, I like the
It's
old one.
it's remastered
Okay.
based on the old one, and it
Ooh.
is so fucking good.
Didn't they just make a movie?
Okay,
Or
that's
they're gonna make a
interesting.
movie?
No,
Because-
not the movie.
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
series.
I have another friend that is saying it's not.
No,
But it's-
horseshit.
It is because he grew up. He's like 40 years old.
opinion.
He grew up watching the old school
Okay,
ones.
well
So
that makes sense. He's a fucking boomer. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm no offense to them, but all boomers now, every single one of them are going to say new generation stuff of the old stuff is trash. They're always going to say that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
My mom says that shit.
So it's good.
But Goosebumps is fucking good.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a chance to him because when he told
Like-
me that, he's one of my classmates, and I was like, oh shit.
All-
So I value his opinion because of that, because he's a good director when we do stuff. So I was like, maybe not. But now that you're telling me this,
They're making it to where every single story in Goosebumps, like the original Goosebumps,
Yeah.
is in the series.
Oh, that's
but,
cool.
But instead of it being like story by story, it's mini stories in the main story, which draws out the big picture.
Oh,
But the way they do it, bro, is so fucking good, and it's just like, yo, you gotta watch it, bro.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
spoil it, but they do put what's his fucking name? The puppet.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They
I know
put the
what you're talking
puppet
about,
in there. They put the one with the worms in there. They
Fuck,
put
dude.
the one with the
Oh,
mask and the
shit.
camera in it, bro.
Makes it scary.
It's fucking great, and I'm
Dude.
just like, holy shit, like, because I think for like the past 3 weeks, I've been trying to find the original Goosebumps, you know,
Yeah.
to watch, because one of my fucking traditions for myself is like during Halloween, you know, and shit like that, I watch Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like from
Uh,
season 1 all the way until the fucking specials, I watched it all. Couldn't find it because they took it off of Netflix. They only had the specials on Netflix. So I went to Amazon Prime and I was like, oh, okay, they got Goosebumps on here, but you had to buy them. I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. So then I saw Goosebumps, like the new Goosebumps, and I was like, is this a movie? Like, I don't want to watch the movie. And I said series. I was like, oh shit. So it only had like 2 episodes on there. So I went to Hulu and all the rest of the episodes were on there. And I watched it through, bro. Like I didn't think I could get back into TV shows like that since fucking Big Bang Theory.
Whoa.
Did you hear them make another season of that, by the way?
Don't fuck with me.
I'm not fucking with you.
Do not
I'm
fuck
not
with
fucking
me,
with you.
because I was just telling my wife last night they need to reboot this fucking show.
It's coming back.
Why do they stop it?
The story pretty much ended. Pretty much everything that, because I watched the whole damn thing.
Yeah,
So
I did too.
Everything that happened, you know, it all finally, like, you know, at the end, kind of like finished. They got to where, you know, Sheldon,
Because
this, that, and the
Sheldon
other.
got his fucking
He got his award.
his
right?
award.
Everything that he was working for to get that. But I think it's coming back for another season. I'm not too sure what they're gonna do and how they're gonna write it, but that's what I saw. You can search. I can't wait to see it too. I'm telling you, bro.
Oh my god.
It's so relatable because of the nerdiness of it, you know, and we
Yeah.
grew up with a lot of that shit that they have on there, and that's what made me love it so much. But yeah, so they might.
But yeah, bro. Like
Goosebumps. Okay, I'll give it.
you definitely
I feel like you gotta watch Loki, Will. I'm
I
telling
see-
you, this last episode. I mean, this is it ended.
I didn't catch up.
It is fucking the best you've ever seen Marvel since. I'm telling you, since Endgame.
I want to, but what was the first series they released after Endgame?
What was it?
Oh, WandaVision?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I watched
yeah.
WandaVision, and I was like, this is fucking boring.
WandaVision, I could
Ever-
carry through, but it was like,
After WandaVision, I think it was what, Secret Invasion next? Right after
Oh,
that?
no. I
Or
think
which one was
Loki.
it? Was it
season
Loki?
1, then it was Secret
But no,
Invasion.
this gotta be something.
Or like
it was-
Hawkeye.
No, I
It might have
think-
been
I
Hawkeye.
think-
Hawkeye was around the Christmas time.
I can't remember. If some came after that, and I was just like, WandaVision killed it.
I see what you mean.
You know,
I promise you, I feel like you're gonna like this. Dude, me and Rohan could not stop talking about that finale.
I'll watch it if you watch Goosebumps.
It's-
bro.
That's
I'll
a
watch
good trade.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'll watch Goosebumps.
It was not the finale that made the show exceptional. It was the character development.
That's what I mean. But it's the finale that hit me. That made me like,
right?
wow, it
It's-
really built.
You
Okay.
see the Loki, and it's the Loki that's been taken out of the.
I'm a sucker for-
interrupting you. But the character development, phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for character development.
Then you will love this fucking show.
Yeah, you
I
just keep
promise.
going back to Dragon Ball Z.
I can't watch Dragon Ball Z because that's not character development. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, this motherfucker dies. Let's
plot
just give him a
armor.
fucking
It's plot armor.
a bean, and now
Yeah.
he's fucking strong as shit again.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. But like, for instance, like fucking Big Bang Theory, the character development in that motherfucking
God.
show was phenomenal.
So
Yeah.
it was so good. It
You
was
know
so
what I
good.
mean? Like that, it was fucking amazing. You know, I'm a sucker for character development.
The finale for that made me cry.
Yeah.
When I saw the ending that last episode, I actually cried. I was like, damn. Because all of that, you know, it led to that moment at that end. And I was
Like,
Yeah.
it's-
this was worth it to me.
like I can't watch shows without character development. You know, that I think that's why I watch shows like Futurama and fucking like Family Guy and stuff, because even the stupidest shows like that
Had good.
has such a really big character development.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Granted, it took a while for it to get to that point, but it happened.
And
you
it's
know,
like
and you
good
can-
character development.
And if you go back, exactly, like
Yeah.
if you go back now and watch Family Guy from season 1 up until their recent season, like you will see the development in every single character. Like Stewie now, when he talks, people can understand him.
Oh wow, that's
Oh,
fucking
I didn't know
crazy.
that.
You know what
I
I
didn't know
mean?
that they
I didn't know
did
that.
that.
Yeah, they did that. Like not understand to like the full content of what he's saying,
Yeah.
but they understand him.
You understand
Oh.
that he's talking.
Yeah.
Like Lois, like he'll start spitting out the most devious plot, and Lois will be like, haha, okay, Stewie, and then put him in his fucking. his chair.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. And like Futurama now, how they literally picked up off of their last fucking episode into their new season.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Holy shit! I didn't even know it was back. It's back.
Bro, you didn't know that?
No,
Bro, yeah, they got a whole
I used to
new
love that
season.
shit, bro. I watched it every night on fucking.
They have a whole new
Adult
season,
Swim,
bro. And they
bro.
literally picked up from when Fry and Leela kissed and the beginning of the fucking episode, you see them kiss and the professor's like, oh, this isn't going to do. We got to go back in time and reboot this shit.
What
And then
the fuck?
fucking reboots.
Oh,
I was like, bro, that was such a
It's been so
fire
long.
fucking intro for a fucking season that I ever fucking seen in my life.
Damn.
But yeah, so and see that's the thing. There's also a difference between like good character development and character development that's forced. You know, and they make them change without anything to change them. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that we saw in all these different shows that we're talking about. You know, like
Yeah.
Family Guy and like Futurama, or even like
movies.
fucking Demon Slayer, you know, for instance, or even like
Fucking One Piece.
One Piece, you know, or Loki. You know, we saw it, we understood it, and I hate it when they do like that. Oh, now you're fucking. Why is he like that now? What changed him?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need that, and that's
Yeah. That's just what movies are doing too. Like they're making changes. Like, oh, he's gay now. Like,
Bro.
when did that happen?
didn't care that if he was gay or not.
Oh my God. I hate
It was
that.
never relevant. You know,
Like
their sexuality
no
was never
offense
relevant.
to the
No
gay
offense to
members.
them at all.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have gay family members. I have gay friends, and I love them to death. But I hate when I'm watching a movie
Yeah.
or a fucking series, and I've been watching it since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they reboot it. Next thing you know, my favorite character is now fucking gay, or now she has a dick, or he has a fucking vagina. I'm just like, when the fuck did this happen? You know,
The unnecessary changes.
exactly. It's like, why the fuck?
Box.
It is the box. Right back to it, dude. It's the fucking
Like, we
box.
gotta get all of our gay fans. It's just like I'm pretty sure there's so many gay fans that liked whether they were gay or not.
And the thing is like they didn't need to change a character. They could have added one.
Yeah.
Why did you
Really
change
could've.
one?
Like I don't get why people do that, and that's not just with TV shows. That's real life too. Like I don't understand why people make it such a big deal to show that said person is gay or not. I'm like, bro, I love you if you were gay. I love you if you tell me you take dick in the butt. Like you, if that's what you do, bro, that's what you do.
though. And
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, don't shove it down my fucking throat.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like.
And-
Go ahead.
I mean, sorry, we can all be like, every group and all this stuff can be represented in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
I have no problems with all that
Oh, yeah.
community,
Oh,
and I'm
none
sure
of
none
us.
of us do.
No, not
But
at all.
It's just
I dressed up as a chick this Halloween, bro.
Exactly.
Look,
Fact.
I was
fine
in a
doing
dress
it.
and everything.
There you go,
That was
man.
bad as shit.
Yes, sir.
But there's time and place. There's
Yes.
like, if the character calls for it, okay. If it's an original character, okay. If it's a beloved, seasoned character, like comic books, like a character from another show that they're rebooting, just stay faithful to that character, man.
Yes.
Keep the genuineness of the character.
Back to that too.
It doesn't matter
Exactly.
the actor. It doesn't matter, anything like that. It's just the character itself is what people adore.
Stay
Right?
true.
Like Velma. Did you
Dude,
guys hear
oh
that?
I didn't
my
even
God.
watch it
I
because-
saw like the
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 series?
spin-off of-
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
of
yeah,
Velma.
yeah.
Yeah.
that was shit.
That destroyed my auntie. She loves Scooby Doo, bro. And like she's like, okay, if this Velma show's coming out, it's probably gonna be alright.
Yeah.
That show was
Boom, they
hilarious.
released the character art. And I was like, what the fuck?
It threw me for a loop too. It really did, because when I think Shaggy, I think this stoned fucking white dude.
Yeah.
I don't think this nigga with fucking dreads.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? So I completely understand where you're coming from. And when I think Velma, I think of this dorky ass white girl,
Yeah.
not this fucking feminist black Indian chick, whatever she is.
Yeah.
Granted, the show was kind of funny.
It was?
kinda funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had like the
I didn't watch it.
kind of like humor to it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not for kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
100% not for kids.
I'm gonna watch it. I want to see
Yeah.
like.
But
some
it's
of
like
that.
also it's like they're definitely they're just choosing characters that like, I mean, particularly they're changing like white characters.
They've-
Like which one can we switch? Because it's like you can't switch out. Like they're not switching out like any of the minority ones. Can't change a Mulan. That's like imagine if they changed like Mulan's race,
Well, they,
or
be
they
white.
just made her like a different kind of Asian.
They damn sure did change Ariel.
Oh.
I was gonna talk about that because it's like that was like they're just choosing like these specific characters because like
Now,
It is the check boxes,
when
like we said.
when it comes to the race, like them changing the race of like Disney princesses and stuff like that,
yeah
the only reason why I understand it is because there are it's not addressed as it should be, but there are a lot of times where there are black kids that don't have that like non-fictional role model.
yeah
Ah, okay.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like a black kid can't go up and be like, "Oh, I want to be like Cinderella."
yeah
You know, because she can't.
yeah
Not saying that she can't, but like she can't because
yeah just like
in
appearance-wise,
retrospect of
yeah.
things,
The
like
representation
Yeah, exactly.
is hard, right?
You know what I
to be
mean?
Cinderella when you're
like when
a minority
Princess
like us.
when Princess and the Frog came out and stuff like that.
yeah
When I saw my sister smile because she said she looks like me.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck. Like, I was fucking, what, 14, 15 when that fucking movie came out?
Mhm.
Maybe even younger than that. Maybe like 12 or 13. But when I heard my sister, when she first started watching that movie, say, oh, she looks like me. I can be a princess too.
Mm.
I was like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to things like that, I can understand because everybody should have the right to look up to something and want to be like something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah, true
100%.
You know, but for minorities, it's hard.
yeah it is
You know, because you can't go out and be like, oh, I want to be like Superman.
Yeah, and dude,
Because people
yeah,
are going to be like, oh, you can't be Superman. You're not built like Superman. Like,
Yeah.
what? Why you got to say that?
You
Why
know-
can't I be like Superman?
I feel like going back to the genuineness of the character, right? Like, you know, we can't be like Superman, but we can embody what he represents, right? A force for good, you know, someone who's humble, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like in terms of Cinderella, you know, she was someone who didn't have shit, who was treated like shit,
yeah
and she never lost her ability to stay true to what she believed in. To stay
Yes,
kind.
precisely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it reminds me of this quote I saw by Keanu Reeves. It was like, if you have this, like, if you're a person who's gone through hell and has gone through shit, but can still be kind,
Mm-hmm.
you're a badass.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah,
And that's something that he said, and it's like,
100% true.
I feel like
Oh, yeah.
Princess of the Frog was representation done right.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
it was. It
representation
was.
Yeah.
done right.
It was a great.
But
fucking
these
movie.
characters are for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And these good characters that, you know, these stories push out, they're for everyone. And everyone, I feel like, no matter what,
Mhm.
can look up to somebody, even non-fictional. But I feel like, going back to what you said, having representation done right as a minority just makes you feel proud.
Exactly.
It does.
You know,
It does.
Because there's a lot of times, especially as being a minority, that I think that's one of the biggest problems in the world is
Mhm.
that minorities now feel as though that they have to act out to get noticed. You know, they have to act out to get seen and things like that and feel wanted even if it's in the wrong way. But I feel as though like representation, you know, by watching somebody or, you know, just having a positive figure in your life that you can look up to, that's what's going to change it all.
yeah
Exactly.
But it's the way I'm not even going to say the world is. It's honestly just America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because when I went to Australia, bro,
Mm.
I have never been treated so kindly in my fucking life. I went to Australia. People were buying me drinks when I went out. You know, when we had our cultural day and stuff like that. You know, they would buy us drinks. You know, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, hey, have you tried this? Have you done that?" You know, when I came here, people were like, "Oh, we love you. You know, come out, do
Yeah.
something, try this hike out, go to this beach." You know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's just because they're kind. And granted, Hawaii is a part of America, but they're on their whole different fucking level compared to the actual mainland. I feel as though mainland America is, I hate to say this, bro, we are the problem.
Mm.
Like if you want to look at it in a really good aspect of it, we pay for tuition,
Yeah.
we pay to go to school, we pay for all of this. You go to Europe or something, and you want to go to school, all you gotta do is let them know, and you don't pay shit.
Fuck.
You know what I mean?
I went to school.
In Australia, if you want to go to school, yeah, you have to pay a little bit of something, but they don't. You pay it once and that's it. You don't pay every fucking year.
That sounds so
You don't
nice.
pay for dorms. You don't do any of that. You just go and you're just like, oh, okay, I'm in school.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like the military.
Yeah, it's pretty much like if. Yeah, in a sense, yeah, it is like the military. Military is just like, oh, we're in the military. We're sending you to this school. You don't pay for anything.
Except for some things.
Some things you do.
Some
pay
things
for.
you gotta fucking pay for.
But most of the things in the military you don't pay for in the military.
Right.
You know,
and there's like good programs and shit you
Mhm.
can be a part of.
which is really good. But at the same time, it's just like that's a benefit if you are that 1%.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this is getting extremely political, but I feel like it's like a cog system.
Mhm.
You know, if you could imagine a grandfather clock, you open it up and look at the back, and there's a shit ton of cogs, right? And just being a minority, you know, it's just like a tiny little cog that's spinning, and they like to keep you there
Mhm.
in that cog. And I remember watching this video about society and how it broke down, like keeping like not minorities in general, but like the lower, I don't want to say lower class either. I don't know what to call it, because you know how they have like low, middle, high,
Mhm.
Right.
and like he was explaining like, you know, why there's certain amount of like McDonald's and all this shit located in this one area closer to the lower end homes, and it's like this whole thing trying to keep them poor, shit like that. And I'm not very knowledgeable on it, so like don't quote me on it, you know, but it's crazy how the Western society works
Yes.
in America.
Mhm.
Capitalism,
How
bro.
Western society is influencing people to do all these things and shit like that and to stay where they're at. And I feel like it's very sad. But then you come here to a place that's so accepting of all these people, and it's like now kind of seeing it, I understand why so many people want to come here, be a part of
Shit, that's why I never left.
what we have here. You know?
Yeah.
I refuse to go back. Like if the only time I go back to the mainland is to visit my family. Other than that, I don't really have a reason to, you know, because growing up, bro, I remember when I graduated high school, I wanted to go to college, right?
Yeah.
I thought I was going to use my mom's GI Bill, but she ended up doing something with it. I think my sister has it or something, which is perfectly fine, you know. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just work and then save up to go to school. So I started working at Sprint. Well, Intello's first, which is another phone company,
Mm-hmm.
and then once they shut down, I started working at Sprint. Now, I remember my manager. She was like, "Hey, you got to go drop off the deposit at Bank of America." So I was like, or no, Wells Fargo. And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I was going to Wells Fargo, and then when I got out the car, I was following this old lady. This granted, color has none to. I lied. It does have something to do with it. But this white lady and her granddaughter,
Yeah.
you know, they were just walking in Wells Fargo right behind me. Granddaughter dropped $20 fucking. I could have been a dick and pocketed that shit, but I didn't do that. I picked it up. I followed her, and I looked at the granddaughter. I was like, "Hey, you dropped this." She's like, "Oh, thank you." And then the grandmother looked at me and was like, "What are you doing?" why are you giving my granddaughter $20? It's like she dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I don't want her taking money from you. It's like it's her money. Like it's not my money. It's hers. She dropped it.
Yeah.
Oh really? Well, how she dropped it? I was like, bro, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like she dropped it. I picked it up. I followed you into the bank where I'm going, and I gave her $20 back.
Right.
Like I don't know what you want me to say, but this is your money. Like I'm not giving her anything.
Yeah.
I'm not giving y'all shit. Like this is y'all.
Yeah.
And she's just going back and forth with me to the point where there was a security guard there, and he was like, "Hey, what's the problem?" I was like, "There is no problem. I'm just trying to give this little girl back her $20.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she dropped it. I handed it to her." He was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "What the fuck do you mean? Am I sure?" So I had to stay in Wells Fargo for like 30, 45 minutes because they were like, "Oh, we're going to check the cameras because you could be a predator, this, that, and the third." I'm like, "What the?"
Check the cameras,
I was
bro.
like, "Dog, it's $20 fucking dollars, and I'm handing it back to this little girl. I don't know what you want me to say or what you want me to do, but I'm not the person you're depicting me out to be."
Mm.
You know, and
They
from that,
they like profile.
that exactly, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then from that day, like literally a week or two later, I remember I was in the Sprint building, and I was by the register, and I was just looking at the fucking water tower, and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. A week later, I joined the military because I was like, if it can get me out of here, bro, I'm doing it.
Damn.
And ever since then, I told myself I'm not going back because of how much hate is on the mainland alone.
Right.
You know, it doesn't make sense that I came here with nothing, and people treated me with way more respect and love than anybody did on the mainland. Not saying my friends didn't, but just random people.
Right. Yeah.
I went to Australia for a fucking month, and people showed me love and respect out there.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go on the fucking mainland, you go anywhere on the mainland at that, you get treated like shit. You can't do anything without people thinking that you're some fucking hypocrite or hood rat, whatever the fuck they want to think of you. And then next thing you know, you're fucking behind bars or fucking getting beat the fuck up for something you didn't do just because they hate the fact that you're there. That's why I can't.
It's
Can't
sad,
do
bro. God, it's so sad how you can go to somewhere like Australia, you know, and they're like treating you so well, and then you go to the continental U.S. and they look at you and you're brown, and you're like, they're like,
That's what
oh
I'm saying.
fuck you.
It doesn't make sense at all.
It's crazy that, I mean, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Growing up here, us three, right? Like, I don't think we had to struggle so much about that because everybody was different already. You know, we're a melting pot, and we had to work with each other that way.
Are you? Get the fuck out of here, you fucking thing, man.
It's a termite. It's a termite, I think.
My bad.
But yeah, it's just crazy how like we grew up, and I feel like we really didn't see color in a way because we were all fucking different anyway. So what would make a difference for that? You know what I mean? The craziest thing was that Caucasian was the minority here and still is.
And as fucked up as that sounds, that's one of the things I like it about here.
You're honest.
It's
You're
crazy,
honest.
but that's
Yeah.
how I feel because now, if I were to walk the street of 7-Eleven back where I'm from, and let's just say people start fucking with you, and there's a white couple across the street, they look at you and be like, I'm gonna mind my business. There was a white couple walking down the street from 7-Eleven Charity's house. People started fucking with them. I looked at them, and I was like,
I'm gonna mind my business.
I'm gonna mind my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
It's fucked up, I know. Does that make me a good person? No.
No.
I'm not saying I'm a good person.
But was it funny?
It was. Because I was just like, this is how it feels on the other fucking side. You know what I'm saying?
Like wow.
Like, I could have instantly went over there and be like, hey, yo, cut that shit out. But at the same time, and it's not all white people, but
Yeah,
when you
it's
think about it, would they do that for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just insane because you can go anywhere in the world and they will treat you like you're like you're royal blood.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go to America, you go to the fucking mainland, and they're just like, oh, he's black, he's brown.
Mm.
Just get him a job at McDonald's or something.
Mm.
You know what I
Super
mean?
fucked
Like
up.
it's fucked. And it goes back to what you said, how it's like low, middle, and high class people.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like majority of the ghettos and stuff like that. Why they have fast food buildings everywhere, McDonald's on every fucking block. It's because that's the only place that we can work.
Mm.
That's the only thing that we know because of the fact that we don't have anything else to go to. Unless you're just book smart and then you end up getting a scholarship, that's your only way out, or military. And it's a fucked up situation, but that's how a lot of people see minorities. Is that if you're not going to make it in the world, you're either just one of those rare few. I'm not even going to say rare few. You're just one of those people that are actually smart and want to do whatever it is you want to do in life,
Yeah.
or you just decide to join the military and get a fucking Hellcat.
Oh shit.
That's actually on my BMT like flight shirt. It's fucking Hellcat.
That's crazy.
Because our MTI was like, you don't want to get that Hellcat, y'all gotta work hard. You want to work hard, that shit starts right here. And then we ended up designing a Hellcat onto the car. I mean, onto the shirt. But when I think about just America as a culture, I really don't like to generalize because I work with a lot of people. I've interacted with a lot of people. I haven't been in for a very long time, but being in has really like got my stereotypes and all the stigmas that I had from just hearing about life in the mainland. It's just like, and granted I've never been stationed stateside, but it's kind of like put into view that the people that you interact with and the people that you meet always have to have an open mind, and that's how everyone should
Yes.
be.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I don't know what that person's going through. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you've gone through. I don't know what you've gone through. But to just be able to accept everyone, there was this one person that I was watching. She did something called the Blue Eye Brown Eye Project. I don't know if you know about it.
Sounds
I heard
familiar.
about it.
Yeah, it sounds
and
familiar.
it was a white teacher, and she wanted to teach a class about the stereotypes and how it feels. I don't know if it was to be a minority. Don't quote me on it. But she segregated the class with people who have brown eyes and people who have blue eyes.
Oh.
And automatically, there's more people with brown eyes and blue eyes.
Yeah.
And when she did that, she treated the people with brown eyes exceptionally well compared to the people who have blue eyes. Right? And just to show the effects of that type of
Oh, I see. Yeah.
stereotypes and all that type of treatment, that goes on in America that a lot of people had to deal with. And a lot of people disagreed with it. A lot of people liked it. And I find that it's crazy how something like that can generalize, I don't want to say society in America, but just how it is.
And I completely understand. I don't understand why people would disagree with it. The only thing that comes to mind why people would disagree with it is because they've stereotyped themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because there's no reason why I can't go up to a white dude and be like, hey, what's up, man? And just say what's up without him having to jump, be like, oh, do I have to hold my fucking pocket? Am I going to get robbed? And just like you were saying, like being in the military, it's completely different from being outside of the military.
Right.
Because in the military, you meet everyone, bro, you meet everyone. Like whether they're white, black, green, brown, alien, whatever the fuck it is, you meet them.
Yeah.
And most of the times you get along. But that's how it should be. But I guess the only main reason why it is the way, like military culture is the way it is just because of the fact that we don't have anything else when we join.
Yeah.
Like when you join the military, like at least for me, because you're back home. But at least, well, you were in Korea too. But when I left, I'm 5,000 miles away from my fucking family and friends.
Mhm.
Everything that I've grew up to, known and loved is all 5,000 miles away from me. Does it hurt? Yeah, but at the same time, it's something needed for me.
Yeah.
But being in the military and the friends and the people that I've picked up on, it felt like I never left home. Just because of the fact that it literally felt like I never left, just because of how close you get with certain people in the military.
Yeah.
And especially being out here in the military, it's wild, you know. Because granted, being in the military out here is a good and bad thing depending on who you are. Not
Yeah.
going to go into any details, but depending on who you are, it's a good and bad thing.
Mhm.
But for me, it was a good thing. You know, I got to meet so many new. I met y'all. Enough said.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we all have the same interests. We all have the same hobbies. We all come from different backgrounds. We all did different shit in our lives, but none of us judged each other not one time. We may have said some fucked up shit because that's who we are, but
Yeah.
I didn't say, "Hey, Brendan, I don't like you because you're Mexican."
Exactly.
You know, why do that?
Yeah.
However, you go to the mainland
Mm.
and then you try to be yourself and, you know, make friends and stuff like that. Oh, I don't want to be friends with him. He's fucking black and he's hanging out with this Mexican guy. Why hang out with him? That's just bad news.
Right.
Then again, I don't think everyone's like that.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
No, yeah.
I think it's
100%. No, they're not.
Yeah.
Not everybody's like that. You know, because if they were, trust me, I would have left that fucking place a long ass time ago.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think
know.
what it is it's just the bad apples that spoil the rest. Do you know
Exactly.
what
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
certain people that just you keep running into.
We just have to recognize the history of America.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and and
We're a
that-
pretty young country, dude.
that in it and of itself explains
Someone call
everything.
Yeah.
What America had to go through to become what it is still has an impact on what it is right now.
Mm-hmm. And you're exactly right. Which is, don't get me wrong, we took a big ass step when it comes to how we are now. Like how we are now
It's
is
come a long way,
it's
and we're
definitely
doing well.
a couple of fucking milestones.
Yeah.
However, it's now how I feel about it. It's now reverting back, and it started with this cancel culture.
Yeah. Yeah. We're starting
know,
to stereotype again.
Exactly.
You know what I
It's
mean?
all going back. Every last thing that is happening right now is reverting how it happened back then.
Yes.
You know, like for instance, I read about it. I forgot what it's called, but it's this effect, right? Where let's just say you're playing a game.
Yeah.
Like for instance, new Call of Duty.
Okay.
How's it feel to you?
It's good. I love it.
So, do you feel like you're slowly getting back into how COD was?
I guess in a sense. Ooh, that's a good question because it's like because I'm like wow, I'm enjoying the game like how I used to again.
She wants a cup of water.
Mhm.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
how much
it is-
time are we on?
We are on.
Because I gotta move my car soon, so we might as.
Not getting right.
What does it say?
Seconds. We've been recording for 4 hours.
Huh?
That doesn't make sense.
No.
We
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
We started at like 9.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, this will be the last thing. We'll cut it. We'll double check it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All
But
right.
does it feel
but
like you're getting back into old COD?
that's really weird because it. No. No, because it's a whole new COD. I feel like like.
Yeah, in a sense, it's a whole new COD. But as far as movements go,
Oh yeah, it feels like
far as-
2019.
as far as maps go,
Yeah.
it just gives you that piece of what's the word I'm looking for? Remembrance.
Yeah, it's like nostalgic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? And then on top of that, how do you feel about like the reboots of new shows coming up? Like for instance, Finn and Jake. They rebooted it.
Oh, shit.
Now they made
Yeah, that's
Fiona
right.
and Kate. And then they added cameos of Finn and Jake in it.
Yeah. with that, it all depends on if it's written well and like they carry on the legacy in a good way and not in a way that's deteriorating what was before. You know?
But the reason of this, me asking this, is because there's this thing going on where when you're playing something or watching something and you get that chill, not necessarily calling it deja vu, but it's just like, oh shit, I feel like I was fucking 9 again.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's what this clock feels like.
This is exactly what's happening now with society.
I see what you mean. I get it.
You get it?
I
Like,
see what you mean.
everything is starting to repeat all over again. Granted, it's not going back to the race war, but it's going back to something, in my opinion, is worse.
Right.
Because now it's to the point where you can't even say a certain thing without you getting fucked up for it. And it's slowly but surely leading back into what it was. Then, granted, we're years past what happened. Granted, it's still not really hitting to some people. They still stuck in the old ways, but the majority of the world, we're a mixing pot or a melting pot.
Yeah.
However, now it's evolving, yet
Devolving at
the same fucking time.
Yeah, which is weird.
That's why I say, when it comes to like me going out and going back home just for the fuck of it and stuff like that, I don't like doing it. I don't, because now I feel as though if I do that, if I do move home, or if I do visit or something like that, it's just I'm going back to a space where I know I'm not comfortable. And on top of that, I know other people hasn't fucking changed and or learned a lesson at all. So it's either things stay the same or something's changing. Nothing's actually evolving how it should.
And I think what it comes down to that is with every success will always be something. There's always that little bad that will follow. You know what I mean? Like every stride we take, there always is gonna be that downhill. And I think we're in that point of like we were getting there, now we're on this downhill. We just gotta climb back up. That's just how we gotta look at it.
In my case, I can't really speak on this because you are what you experience, and from what I've experienced in the mainland so far, I've never run into anything like that. And that's why I said I don't like to generalize, because everything and everyone that I've interacted has been nothing but nice.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And
I see that
feel
100%.
like sometimes with these kind of topics and these kind of situations, it's the location culture,
Yeah.
where you're at particularly or what's going on. Sometimes some of these situations come up purely because of circumstance.
Yes.
And you're 100% right. When it is circumstantial, and most of it is location based.
Oh, 100%.
However, the fact that because the East Coast is all fucked compared to the West Coast, now everything is generalized into one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now,
I see where you're going.
now this guy from fucking Virginia is he did his dirt and now he moved away. Now he's in fucking Oregon or something, right? So now that dude's in Oregon. He's living his life. He's doing life how he wants to.
Yeah.
Not messing with nobody, not doing anything he needs to do, but shit for himself. He goes out one time, just a random ass time. Goes out to a bar. Now he's being fucking questioned at this bar for what? You know what I mean? It's things like that happen so randomly and frequently on the mainland. Granted, it's not going to happen to everybody. It's not going to happen if all of us decide to go to Vegas one day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't happen. But the fact that
It's more than likely there.
it's more
Yeah.
than likely, exactly, more than likely to happen.
Yeah.
That's the shit that I don't like.
Like it shouldn't happen at all. You know what I mean? Like why do I have to worry about
Like
that?
for instance, Ron, if you were to tell me, "Oh, hey, bro, I'm going to Virginia. Is there any place that I should know about to keep away from?" the fact that you would tell me that and I will automatically know where not to fucking go is a problem.
I
Right,
see what
right,
you
right.
mean.
Yeah.
You know, because Virginia is a beautiful fucking place.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia Beach is a beautiful place. Not as the beach is not as beautiful as this motherfucker here. Trust me.
That's
But it's still a beautiful place regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I love where I'm from. I
Mhm.
hate the fact that I'm from there though.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
because of the fact that I can't go into a fucking mall there without witnessing some shit
Mm-hmm.
or seeing some shit pop off for no
Mhm.
fucking reason.
Yeah.
And that's not. I think that's just the problem of society. You know,
Mhm.
Yes.
nothing will ever be perfect,
No.
and where we're trying is where we're trying.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that, you know, things that happen and shit like that are obviously bad, but what I don't want to do is just generalize.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know?
Understandable.
Like if you haven't experienced it, I don't expect nobody to generalize it. You know, because
Yeah.
that would be just unfair to yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, however,
You're just perpetuating those stereotypes.
it's
Causing even more damage.
mhm.
That's how I feel at least.
It's just from the things that I've grew up to and I've witnessed is the reason why I'm saying this now.
I got you.
Yeah.
instance-
100%.
Yeah.
For instance, there was a long time, even nowadays, from time to time now, I don't like going to stores by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys noticed it, but anytime I go somewhere, like to a store or something, I always either have Charity with me or I have a friend or something with me. I can't go by myself. Why? Because back in when I was younger, you know, living in Virginia all the time, when I go to Walmart, like way before COVID, and Walmart was 24 fucking hours, you know, me and my friends will always go and fucking Walmart night runs and stuff like that, just fucking around in Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, and people and cops and everything would come up to us. White people would come up to us and just be like, "Why are you here? Like, what are you doing in here?" I came for snacks, but we're just looking
Hanging
around,
out,
you
yeah.
know, just hanging out, you know,
Checking
nothing
it out.
serious. Well, you need to get what you get and you need to leave. You're disrupting people. How?
Right.
I'm literally just joking and laughing, and we're literally buying food and like Nerf guns and shit. What are we doing that's so destructive? You know, and it was almost to a point where it got to a point where the cops were called on me, and out of my friend group at the time, you know, I didn't have my other friends with us, but I was the only black guy there, and they didn't fuck with my white friends. They fucked with me.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And ever since then, I would, you know, from that point on, I just did not like going to the store by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I hated it. When I moved here, though, I noticed that I could go to the store by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I could go to 7-Eleven by myself. I can walk the street at night and not get fucked with. You know, things like that granted, it's little to a lot of people, but it's fucking big to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that I never thought I could do in my life, being a minority in fucking America.
And that's where it loops back to what we were talking about earlier, where it's just like, it's those instances, it's those random occurrences and events where it's just the fucking bad apples spoiling it for the rest. Like, there, genuinely, I feel like back in Virginia, there probably was really great people, and you know that there
Mhm.
was, but it's
There's
just,
a ton of them.
exactly, but it's just the fact that there is those few fuckers that decided to be like, I'm gonna racially profile this fuck. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it now. Hey, what are you doing here? You know, and it's so fucked up. And it's, again, it's just like, that's just how it is sometimes. It's just, people are raised certain ways, you know, and that's why, like, going
And
back
that's
to you,
why-
you know, like, we don't want to generalize, but at the same time, it happens.
And that's why I don't judge. Like, even when shit like that happens to me, I don't judge the person for saying that shit to me.
Yeah,
I judge the people who raised that person.
exactly. So what the fuck?
You know,
Yeah.
there was one time I was walking down Virginia Beach. It was me, this close friend of mine named Alex, and our close friend named Terry.
Yeah.
We were all walking Virginia Beach. And there was this fucking group. I don't even know what to fucking call them, but it was like a group of people, like protest group. And we were walking by, and then the dude looks at me and he's like, you're going to hell because you're black.
Holy shit.
And your father's in hell because he's white and he married a black girl. I was like, what?
Holy shit.
I was like,
wait, a protester said that?
yeah, yes, bro.
That's
I was
so,
like,
that's
what?
so weird that a protester would do that.
Hand to fucking God. I was at the time, you know, because I've already accepted my father's death. You know, it didn't bug me. But growing up, when I started reminiscing about the old times and stuff, and that popped up in my head, I was just like, why the fuck was that even said? Why was that necessary?
Yeah.
You know, we're literally 18-year-olds walking the fucking beach, not messing with anybody, and yet you have the audacity to come up to us and be like, because you are black, you are going to hell. Because your father was white, married a black woman, your father is in hell, and your mom is on her way. Why? Like, what is that for? You know what I mean? It's things like that where I won't say I have this negative stigma of America, but at the same time, what else am I to have if that's what America is portraying to me?
Yeah.
And it's not all of America, but a very vast majority of it is the problem.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where people like us has to find a way to make the difference.
Yeah.
You know, because not one of us in here has a fucking hateful bone in our body.
Yeah.
You know, that's I don't know.
No, I
That's
understand.
what
And that's why it's like that's the beauty of Hawaii and growing up here and seeing how different everybody was, and we just accepted each other for what it is because that's what it is. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, back to what Rohan said, it's like your experience was more like all these people genuinely were like good people, and you met really nice people that were from the mainland. But that's why, to loop back, that whole bad apple spoils the rest. It just sucks that there are these people, but that's why us as this new generation of trying to, you know, not be so, I guess, we want to be more accepting,
Yeah.
you know, and our generation is trying to do that, but they're doing it in the wrong aspect. Back to how we talked about social justice warriors, all these different movements, they're trying, but they're doing it the wrong way. There is a way we can do it that can be acceptable for everybody,
Yeah.
but it's just they don't know how to do it. And so, I mean, I don't know how long we've been going, like 4 hours, so like,
I don't think.
No way.
but maybe
Yeah.
we should close it off. I guess this is a good talk. That's why. I mean, we went from anime to movies to fucking almost kind of like, you know, very
Yeah.
political talk. And so,
And
like,
once again, this is no hate to anybody.
No.
You know,
You know,
not at all.
Yeah.
We all love
We love
everybody.
women. We love gays. We love.
love
Who else
everything.
do we say anything about?
SJWs.
White people. We love white people.
Bro, I have white family members. Okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I love every single body,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this if the people that I hang around wouldn't say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good because then, I want to say this at least before we close off. But it's you know, it's good to have like both of you guys' perspectives because for the most part, at least what you've experienced, there's been a lot of bad, and then from what you've experienced, it's a lot of good things, and it's good we can have like
It's
both,
a beautiful
both perspectives
contrast
of like
because we
okay,
see the hardships, but we also see the goodness.
yeah,
And that's the craziest part because, like, that's just how it is.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, because I mean it keeps like an open mind to both sides. It's like
Yeah.
even though if there are bad things, like there's like places like here where it's more likely to be good.
Yeah.
And then you know where you're at. I mean, you've had good experiences so far, but then
the
you
places
also
you want.
you've grown up to know that there are bad places.
Well, that's the point of just growing. You know,
Yeah.
you can't accept the good without knowing there's bad.
Yeah.
Yes, there always will be the bad.
But then once you accept that and you go out into life, you know, you always just leave open space.
Mhm.
You know, no judgment. You go into every situation accepting not just the person, but everything around you.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then that's how I think it's like a very Taoist way of living, but you just go into every situation with no control.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you don't know what that person's going through. Sometimes they don't, and most of the time, like not sometimes, most of the time you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
they don't even know what they're
you don't
doing.
know what you're. They don't know
Yeah.
what you're going through.
Yeah.
You know, so just to when you grow, just to learn to accept that, and that everything, at least for me and what I've experienced, no control in where I had to go for anything,
Yes.
and you know, like we talked about, it's all circumstantial.
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But the small amount of control that you do have in their everyday interaction, it's yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so like I'm saying, like I said, you control how you act, you control how you view everything.
Yeah.
So control it by just being open.
And that's the one thing, to close it off, the one thing that I love that you told me recently was control the things in your life that you can't control it. And the things that you can't, push through it,
Yeah, exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
I guess that's what we can take from
Yeah.
this, what we talked about.
You can't stress things that you can't control.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can decide not to watch She-Hulk, which you should not do. So don't do that. But anyways, this was a hell of a podcast to come back to. Dude.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked about some good stuff.
But yeah, I'm glad we're back, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this long podcast. I don't know how long it is, but if it's 2 hours, well then that just leaves me more time to edit and more clips to make. So
Yeah.
and I know you guys like those. But yeah, well, hopefully I get to do this weekly again. And yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
If you
Take care.
guys like care packages, I do like these.
And who makes those? The
Vietnamese.
Jerry. Yeah.
Vietnamese
Shit's
pho.
fire.
Yeah. But yeah, take care, guys.
Peace out.
Oh my gosh.